Hello everybody, welcome back to Space Pickle Designs. Today I just thought I'd sit around and play with this Softflex design kit here, and basically what I've been doing, like these are all the beads that were in the box, all the beads and all the components, and I've started making these dangles. So I've started making these components here. I'll zoom you in. And so what I want to do, I think I want to make like a really loud, crazy, fun bracelet. And so I've just been making these components, and I've been using all the different types of beads in the box. So let me just show you how I've been doing that. I'll put this off to the side a little bit. I use these Softflex head pins a lot. I just like them, and they come in a bunch. So let's just get one going here. So let's build one of these drops here. This is, I think, in the Jesse James bead mix. And I'm just going to get a, let's see, an orange bead here off to the side. And basically, I'm not doing anything special here. I'm just making little components. And so let's just make some here. And I'm making wire wrapped components because I'm going to use some of the Softflex. And honestly, I'm mad because it came with this really beautiful white Softflex, and I used it for a project for another bead box because I just loved it. And it was the Jesse James like butterfly necklace that I made, and now I can't find the spool, so I'm pretty mad about that. But I did bring out another color of Softflex that I think is actually going to play pretty well in here. It's going to ground us a little bit. So I did bring a green Softflex, but these are the type of components that we're doing here, and I'm just trying to use up as many beads as I can. But I'm trying to exclude these big orange beads right here, because I think that's what I'm going to use as the components to connect all the dangles, and you'll see what I mean by that. But let's go ahead. I think I'm going to save these as well over here, and let's go ahead and use this guy. I love him. Let's put him on, and then what do we want to do? Got some of these metal components here. We want to make that like just super sparkly. I actually have, we should use a green bead here. It kind of nests. You see that super sparkly and there. So this is just really therapeutic design. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy. But it's just really fun sitting down in your comfy chair and making all these wild components. So move hands here. This is how I like to wire wrap. I know it's like a long process, but I just find it the easiest way to get the like a really neat spiral, as you can see there. I just love those head pins because they're like really easily maneuverable. Like the gauge is not too hard. The wire isn't too hard, because sometimes like these are, pretty sure these are like just BB Craft ones, and these are super stiff. And for a new beginner, or those of us with like hand problems, like I have pretty severe carpal tunnel, and after a while when I'm using those, it's just not an easy use. Like you have to be pretty experienced in that, and it's just after a while your hands start hurting, and it's not good. So let's see, we'll try to make 3 more here on camera. We're just hanging out, having a good time. And I got this yellow bead. How do I want to do this? I got a bead cap, and then I want to use another one of those rondelles. Could also put another bead just as a different pop of color. And this box has come with a lot of, ooh, I love that. A lot of beads. Softflex has been packing their boxes with beads. I actually have already unboxed the next one, and that box has a lot of beads in it as well. So Softflex is really out here doing their thing with these boxes now. I feel like the Jesse James bead box was also packed. I just did an unboxing for the May Bark and Bead box, and especially for $22, those boxes are packed, man. So like, not a lot, there's not a lot you can buy with $22 anymore. It's like a McDonald's combo meal these days. I know I sound like I'm old and complaining, but I just remember like when, you know, a combo meal would be like $6 or $7, and now it's $13, $14. So that's a really cool one. I really like that one. Can we make another one of those? We sure can. We sure can. Actually, let's do one with, yeah, I like this bead. I think we'll have enough. Yeah, we'll have enough. Let's go ahead and get this bead cap. I hope everybody's day went well. My weeks have just been insane. Just insanely stressful. My job is really, really stressful. That's why we had beads though. Just a nice break. So this is more of a monochromatic one. Yeah, for my job, it's like really stressed. It's all, you know, joining a new force. So I joined the Space Force, joining a brand new service. Like, you know how stressful that's going to be because we're doing things people haven't done before. We're figuring out our way, our own processes. And, you know, I joined as soon as I could, like the first call for people. So it's been over 3 years since I joined the Space Force. Prior to that, I was in the Air Force for 11 years. So I'm not new to the military by any means, but you know, just trying to keep up with everything that's going on, all the constant changes. You know, sometimes it just gets like you need a little break, and so that's why we got beads. I will always advocate for a good bead break. So let's do another one of these just because I like them. I think that's a good enough reason. See what color we want to do. I think green. Actually, let's go with this green. Do we like this green? It's almost like a little strawberry. I approve. I approve. But yeah, everybody, you know, it could be coming up on retirement soon. Not soon. We still got years to go, a few years to go. But looking back on my career, it's been a crazy wild time. If I had the chance to join again, I would. It's provided me a lot of opportunities. Still, I can't complain too much. Now that's super cute. All right, so I'm gonna put out all my dangles here, and then I'll get set up for the next phase of this project. All right, everybody, so it's the next day. I think I have my design figured out. I was gonna use the green Softflex, but I called an audible and I just did some simple loops on these orange beads, and I figured out how long it was going to take me to get this middle piece to about 7 inches. And so what I did was I took the dangles that I made and I've spread them out on each side of the jump ring that we're going to be attaching these dangles to. And so what we're going to do now is see how it goes. We're going to put this together. I'm going to start with this. I'll bring you in a little bit, but we'll do this. We're going to open these super sturdy jump rings. So this is the first one. It's going to go on the clasp, and then we're gonna put, so it's a clasp, and then we're gonna put the orange bead on, and that's all that's gonna be on this jump ring. All right, so that's all we're gonna have there, unless we feel like it looks weird, and then we can go back and add more. All right, so now this is where it gets a little funky. I have a bigger jump ring here, and this is what we look like, okay? And we're gonna put charms on either side, the ones that I have split off onto each side here. All right, that's one side. I'm gonna go ahead and put the next orange bead on that side just so we kind of know where we are. I'm gonna switch the pliers, and then I'm gonna add the charms from the other side that I set aside. And I just want this to be a nice, full, crazy bracelet. All right, let's close that up really, really nice. And now we already have, oh, this is so fun. We already have our next bead on top. All right, so I'm just gonna keep walking through this just in case you couldn't see it before, but here's another one of those big jump rings. We're gonna put it off like this. And I'm gonna start on this side. We've got one of those really cool filigrees, another strawberry, a pink drop, another cool flower here, one of these. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so full. And then I'm gonna go ahead and place that disco bead because this is the middle of the bracelet. Right, let me get my plier in there and we'll switch sides. It's our first really big acrylic flower. We've got those tiara cast charms in there. Another one of these miracle orange beads. This is wild. All right, let's get our pliers in there. This is wild, y'all. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. Let me get some, these are like really thin pliers, and normally that's really good, but for this I kind of need some more support. Look at this bracelet. This is wild. Okay, so we made it to the middle. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I bet Soft Flex is gonna be like, you know, you didn't have to use every single bead that we gave you on one. But you know what? It's Mother's Day this weekend, and sometimes you need a loud bracelet. And if this isn't loud, don't know what is, to be honest. All right, so we put on our next bead here before we switch sides. All right, I'm gonna clamp down. Now I'm just gonna keep adding the dangles. Let's see if this, you'll be able to see it better like this. And we have like 10 dangles per ring here, at least 10. Let's get in there and close it up. Be careful not to squish your beads like I'm doing. That's not how you do it. That's not the way. All right. So I got I don't really like Hobby Lobby by any means, but I did get these like really thick jump rings from there, and I liked those. It was like an act of desperation when I went. And because that was the only thing that was nearby me. But I do love those jump rings. All right, so this is gonna be our last little orange bead here. So let's get it rocking and rolling. Right, we're on the right side. I'm gonna switch those around. Called an audible. I've been calling so many audibles with this. I want this bracelet to come out like it is in my mind, and so far it's looking like go ahead and close it. All right, so since this bracelet is so full, when we add the toggle here, because it's so full, we might have to add a couple more. Oh, look at this! A couple more jump rings to it. Let's see here. What are we looking like? Yeah, so I think we're good to add another big jump ring and a small. This is definitely a personal piece. This is really fun. Like, nobody needs to do all this. It's like, are you okay? Like, you didn't have to do all that. I felt like I needed to do all that. So let's see if we can get it on. If not, we might have to add another jump ring. This will have to be like an, oh yeah, we're gonna have to add one more on this side. And you know what? I'm gonna mirror it to the other side, so I'm gonna get another of the big jump rings out. Let's see here. Let's get one more of those guys out. And because we still have beads left over, we can add a couple small dangles to this. So I'm going to. I mean, we've already come this far. We know it's a lot. But why stop when you can keep going? That's my motto. So I'm just going to test for length right now. And then we'll come back and do some more dangles because, you know, I don't have enough dangles right now. Absolutely not. I sure don't. Y'all, are you ready for this? Look. Oh, here's the middle. A little disco bead. We've got our charms and our flowers. And so you saw me use a toggle clasp. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just use a lobster. I used a big lobster. And just ask for help putting it on because it's not going to be easy. But the majority of the cha-cha is in the front here. So when it's a little flat on the bottom, which I think is good because like if you're walking and it's like rubbing against your leg, the cha-cha is not rubbing against your leg, so it's all in the front. So I kind of like that. So this is what she looks like. It's a little bit outrageous, but what do you think? I basically used the entire box for one thing, but you know, I have no regrets if I'm being honest. You get to see all these cool like orange crystal beads with the disco ball. You get to see the filigree, the crystals, the tiara cast charms here. I spread them out pretty evenly. And this is one of those fidget bracelets where you can just play with it and just keep finding new things over and over and over again. So I love it. Let's zoom out and look at her. All right, everybody, so here she is. This project actually took me 3 days because I made a bunch of these charms prior to even starting filming. I played around with it while I was filming yesterday, and then I finished it today. So we had 3 days of fun with this. And so again, this is from the Soft Flicks, one of the monthly design kits here, and I'll link it down below if it's still in stock. If not, then I will go ahead and link the next one down there. But this is just an example of something that you can do with one of the kits. So let me know down below if you love it, if you hate it, what you would have changed about it. And I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you guys are staying safe and well, and I hope you enjoyed this one. All right, see you later.